I'm Coffee Kevin. Here is the Cafflano Klassic. I resolved to revisit this coffee maker. We needed a shorter clip for YouTube. I want more folks to discover it. Remember business trips and vacations? Well, this is a perfect coffee maker to bring along. But even if you don't travel, we all have someone drop by and wish to share coffee with them. This is just perfect for 2 small cups. When my mother was in long-term care, I would visit and bring this with some beans and make each of us a beautiful cup of coffee. It held and ground enough, and my mom always enjoyed the fresh, good, and strong coffee. Here are the parts. Okay. A drip kettle. Holds enough water for 2 5-ounce cups. The water pours through this hole, which is designed to give a nice stream for multiple shots over the grounds. Okay. A fold-away conical burr grinder. This is the real thing. It's a ceramic hand mill that could seriously compete with any electric-powered equivalent. An etched stainless filter dripper. I don't normally like permanent filters. This one is unusually skilled at holding back sediment. It's also a shallow angle filter that retains a more flat bottom filter quality to the extraction. And a tumbler. Well, it works fine. I drink my jumbo cup from it when it's just me, or it's a server when 2 of us are sharing. This one's been customized for me. I don't know if they offer that service, but I'd be flattered to know you had my name on yours, or your own for that matter. Let's make a couple of cups of coffee right now. Okay, this is simple. I pre-ground the coffee. Story to that in a second. And pre-boiled the water. Normally the grounds are already in here, having just been ground. In this case, I set them aside before the show. Let's pour the water into this top. And then you want to make sure you pour it just really simply. You don't have to do much. I asked the Cafflano team about boiling the water in the top in a microwave. They gave me one of those shocked looks that made me sorry I asked. I boiled the water in my Hario kettle, which heats the water to a perfect 203. That's a good drop temperature, because when it hits the grounds, it'll be a nice 200 even. As far as I know, Hario's the only simple kettle that aims at 203. That's just an aside. As I just mentioned, you grind the beans directly into the dripper. Now, the last time I demonstrated grinding, I tried doing it on the tabletop, and the beans were spewing all over the set. You're supposed to hold it between your legs. And anyway, I was pretty embarrassed. We got more numbers, so everyone else was happy, but I have some pride, and Pat told me for this segment, just grind it before the show, so I did. Let me put some water in here, just a little more, so that I can take a moment and explain this to you. The burrs are adjustable. I mentioned they're conical burrs, and they are the best ones for more coarsely ground drip coffee, non-espresso. Okay, and then there are even click stops to mark the various settings. I know some people swear by continuous adjustments, but I prefer the stops for consistency, and it's a nice touch. If you're camping and you heat the water in a pan over the fire, I think it's perfectly okay to pour that water into this plastic top, which should bring it right into proper brewing temperature range. And I've just got a little more to put in here. Okay. Keep pouring just enough to keep the grounds wet. The unit, again, has a permanent mesh screen filter. No paper need apply. In less than 5 minutes total, you have a nice 2-cup batch of brew. Cookies are optional. Just because it's an easy method doesn't mean you can't tweak your brewing parameters. All the tweaks you like to do with pour-over are possible with this. Sometimes I grind coarse and even add more grounds. I also play with water temperature. I've even combined coarse grinding with an added small paper filter to slow the drip process, giving the brew a more Chemex-like character. During CoffeeCon pre-production trips, I practically lived on the road with this brewer as my first choice. It is rugged and doesn't seem to interest the airport security folks, except the one who asked me the cost and where I got it. As a matter of fact, I happened to see it this morning on Amazon for around $70. The cups are delicious. I just brewed 2 gold cup quality cups of Reanimator's Foundation, a blend of South American and African coffees. It's tweak capable, but it's also simple enough to allow you to brew a cup for your mom's visit and never miss a wise word while doing it. Now that's something special. Let's take a little sip. I can smell it from here. Wonderful. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can taste, I'm going to guess on this. I'm going to say Reanimator, a little bit of that blueberry note, maybe a little Ethiopian in there. And, hold on. Brazil. I think I'm allowed 2 sips. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd like to thank our continuing sponsor, Caribe Coffee, whose Java Master Roaster and colorful concept is going to change expectations about freshness. It's a change I'd like to see. CoffeeCon Live Online is coming January 9. The accent should be on live. I'm shocked to learn so many other events going online are using pre-taped segments. I think that's a disservice. It must be interactive. I'm working every moment I'm not preparing this show on our first ever live online event. Please mark your calendar. I'm Coffee Kevin.